our farm again. It almost makes you want to just quit. Aiden went out we had a storm, another bad rain come in early this morning, and Aiden gets outside to feed the pigs, and Peppa has had her babies, and all of them are dead except for this one. And it's, I don't know if we're going to be able to nurse it back to health. I've got a heater on it. It's freezing cold. We've warmed up some milk. I don't even know if they need cow's milk, but at this point I'm just trying to save its life.
No.
We've gotten it warmed up, and we've gotten a little bit of milk down it, and it is definitely a little bit more lively, which doesn't mean it's out of the woods, but it is now that it's moving and it's been kind of squealing a little bit. Better signs than when I brought it in, it was almost completely lifeless. We know there's at least 5 out there that are dead. 'Cause I sure don't know. Well, I left the baby to drive down and show y'all the other babies. Don't know that we lost half of our meat birds to lightning. Then y'all saw our sheep that got hit basically by the shelter and killed it. And today we're dealing with at least 5 piglets, and you can tell that Peppa knows and she's upset. There's the babies down there on the ground. They're all lifeless. I mean, at this point, I really don't know what else to do. We've walked through the area and tried to make sure we didn't, because she's had 2 litters of 7, and then this one, all we have accounted for is 6. Problem we had is the rainstorms that keep coming in. If we move them back from where they're at, from like where I'm standing, is even lower than where they're at, which means more water would have held here. So it's one of those things where you just don't see what's coming until it happens. And you know, for normal pigs, mud doesn't bother them. They roll around in it and they enjoy laying in it. However, we do try to rotate them pretty frequently, and it was just something that we totally did not see coming. We knew that she was due soon, so I feel like it's hard to say it's not our fault, but at the same time it's hard to predict what the future holds. It was an accident. And she's so upset. She's still standing up there at the pen, just looking out. I don't know that it's going to survive. So I immediately wrapped it up in my shirt, took it back up to the house, put it in front of a heater, warmed it up, and we warmed up some of Allie's milk. And thankfully, I just randomly had a baby bottle laying around in the nursery that we don't use. And I warmed it up, and I did get a little bit of milk down its throat, and it is moving around more. I did get it to squeal some. It is still critical at this point. I don't know that it'll survive. And it ever more flooded, thunderstormed. It wasn't as windy as it was just downpour, lightning, thunder everywhere. That's what Colby had to milk in this morning. So I don't know if she just had her babies during that, and because it was so much rain, they just got confused and got out of the pen. Some were in the pen, some were out of the pen. We've never had the babies get out of the pen. We're so brokenhearted. It seems like we've had the most horrible past few weeks on the farm, and it can really get discouraging. I put a baby over there in with her just so she could She never does this. I know she's upset. To hopefully help her understand that her babies are gone. They're lifeless. So I'm hoping that, like Trump lost Minnie, he was depressed, y'all. He still was not quite himself, but he is better than he was. And I have a feeling she's going to go through the same thing. I have a feeling she's going to be depressed. I hope that she doesn't get sick because she gets depressed. She did actually eat some a while ago. At this point, it's just a loss. We just kind of we're going to have to watch her and make sure that she does okay through this. And it's literally another tragedy on the farm. That's what I feel like right now, because not only is all the stuff that's going on the farm, I want to show y'all the notification that I just got on my phone, and this is what it says. So after all of the storms, winds, rains, flooding that has gone on in the past few weeks, we have yet another flash flood for storms coming in tonight, tomorrow, and tomorrow night. Okay, so it is 5 in the afternoon. I have little Piggy with me, and he is up walking around, squealing some. He was actually kind of snorting around a while ago, so those are all really good signs. He still will not just suck the bottle, which I know that's totally not normal for him. Force feeding him enough for him to get his energy back up. This is the plan right now. We are going to put him in the cattle trailer, drive it up to where Peppa and George and Bert and Ernie are, and try to get her in the cattle trailer with the baby. The next problem will be is I'm hoping that she's not going to reject the baby. Those are potential problems that we could be facing over the next few hours. He is going to do best with his mother. And knowing that, we need to get him with his mom as soon as possible. So we are headed to do that now, and hopefully she will not reject him from all the trauma that she's gone through, and that he will take to her. And with him smelling like Allie's milk, that's a whole nother thing. So we'll see. That's the plan for right now, and we'll see how that's going to work out for us. Okay, so we got Peppa in there with her baby, and she has actually already come up beside her baby and laid down, get up and nurse. Her baby acts like, I think she's going to be fine because she knows what to do. She's been a good mama before. I don't think that she's going to hurt the baby. She's already used her nose and put some chips over up on the side of him. I think that he is scared and doesn't know what to do. I think he has enough. I've nursed him back enough for him to get up. It's just, does he have the will to get up?
Alright, it's the next morning. It's finally stopped raining because it's flooding like crazy. So we've got to go, I'm gonna run to town right quick, but on the way we're gonna stop and look at the piglet and see if the piglet's okay and mom is okay. You always get worried about babies anyway, but in this case, you know, he had been away from his mama for a long time. So now you're just seeing hopefully the baby even made it. That's the main thing. Talking about 2021, I don't know if Ms. Mack has even mentioned this in any of our recordings, but our well went out during all this storm too. So I've been burying well wire to get a well going back till we have water at the house. So it's been a crazy 2021. All right, we're pulling around, passing the garden. Garden looks okay after the storm. We've had 4 mornings of 4 storms, and it's rained all day, each day, but harder when I'm milking. All right, let's see. We got them in here covered. All right, let's see where she's at. He's over there. He was just nursing. I tried to get on camera, but it didn't work. Look at him. He's walking around. It's always good. There's always hope. I had somebody message us a personal message off our YouTube video because we've had so much craziness this last few weeks. They said never get up because y'all are doing a great thing. And you know, when we lose animals, it's hard. It's really hard because it's something very near and dear to us. We're going back to but this morning we're going to do a treat. So we're going to go get some donuts for the kids. We don't typically eat junk food, but someone actually gave us like it's like a fundraiser thing in our town, and they were like, hey, here's a dozen donut gift certificate. So we're going to get that so the kids have some donuts this morning. Wait till you see the cinnamon roll. Let's hold it up to the comparison of your head, Jennings. It's bigger than Jennings' head.
Okay, so I want to give y'all a little bit of an update on Mr. Oink Oink, which is what Jennings named him. So Thursday night we put him out with his mom, and we did see he was spunky, full of energy. We did see she was laying down for him and he was nudging. I never actually saw him nurse, but he was going under her. So I just assumed over that time that he was nursing. Today we went out and he just seemed so much weaker. We were doing a farm tour and he just seemed so much weaker. So when we got the farm tour over with, I went back out to put my eyes back on him, and this is what he looked like. Not moving, very shallow breathing, very limp again. So I immediately got him out, brought him back inside. We just put Peppa back with the rest of the pigs. Apparently he was not wanting to nurse off of her, or she was not letting him nurse at all. Whatever the case is, he was not getting enough. So I have been syringe feeding him some colostrum from Allie. And I've got a heater on him to keep him warm. He did attempt to suck my finger a little bit a while ago. What I've been doing is just holding his mouth open and giving him just a few drops at a time, like every 15 minutes, and then I'll let him rest, and then I'll come back over here and kind of hold his head up a little bit and put a few drops in his mouth. I'm just not sure he's going to pull out of it. I really don't think he is. After going through 2 spells of literally just being on his deathbed, but we're going to do our best.